Hello and good morning Vietnam. Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel and to my season number 9, where I will be exploring the lower parts of the Central Highlands. It surely will be a blast of a time, so stay with me and see how the adventure is developing.
And so, after finishing my exciting adventure exploring the northern parts of Luzon in the Philippines archipelagos, I safely landed in Malaysia for a short and well-deserved breakout. Finishing my enjoyment of the beautiful countryside of Malaysia and also finalizing the planning of my new escapade of discovering the really less traveled parts of the lower central Vietnam highlands and its coastal shoreline, I once again packed all my stuff and transferred myself to the mega city of Kuala Lumpur and setting out to exploring this always amazingly and wonderful metropolis before my departure tomorrow. Early morning with Air Asia, to my new adventure starting point in the cosmopolitan city of Saigon in the country of Vietnam, which is well known for its bustling cities, lush mountains, fast-flowing rivers, serene beaches and tranquil pagodas. But for now let's enjoy the beautiful sunset over the city skyline and have a nice dinner in Kampong Baru, which is a must if you are in Kuala Lumpur and also craving for authentic street food like I do. And here I go. My Air Asia flight is just taking off as usually exactly on time, and with a flight line of around 1 hour and 45 minutes, I should be arriving there in a jiffy. So let's sit back and relax. I just arrived at the Ho Chi Minh City's Tan Son Nhat International Airport and cleared the immigration and the custom without any problems. Before clearing the custom you also have the choice to make your last duty-free items purchase before entering Vietnam officially. Anyway, as I didn't needed anything and I only travel with carry-on luggage, I am now already outside of the Terminal 2 looking in search for the bus stop of bus number 152, which should bring me right to District 1, for a very affordable price of only 10,000 Vietnamese dong, which is around 40 US cents. It was an easy ride with the bus and I am now in District 1 of Saigon City. Unfortunately, and due to my early arrival, my room is not ready yet. But no worries, this gives me the perfect excuse to have my yummy morning breakfast soup, which is the traditional beef pho soup, consisting of broth, rice noodles, a lot of herbs and raw veggies and beef, a simply yummy dish to enlighten my morning. And by now I am also able to check in at my hotel of choice, the Duc Vong Saigon Hotel here on the Bùi Viện Street, which is an excellent hotel in the city center and right on the walking street, offering a low price and a very delicious breakfast. A few minutes from the hotel is the September 23rd Park, which is a combination of blessed natural beauty and the ultimate extravagant underground shopping complex, making it a popular gathering point for residents and visitors alike, with plenty of activities, food stalls, street performers and more to keep you entertained throughout your visit. One dinner at the famous Bùi Viện Walking Street, which is lined up with tons of bars, restaurants, coffee shops and street food stalls that beckon with their flashing lights, thumping music and fragrant aromas of Vietnamese cuisine, is just an undeniable must when you are here in Saigon. Then of course, here I am at the Duc Vong Saigon Hotel Rooftop Breakfast Bar, which is not only delicious but also comes with one of the best 360-degree view over the cityscape, and which in turn is in the evening changing into the well-known and trendy rooftop bar, called The View. Also not to be missed if you want to have some fun with a spectacular panorama view overlooking Saigon by night. Another must-see here in Ho Chi Minh City is the Saigon General Post Office, which is a perfect combination of neoclassical European architecture and Asian decorations, transferring you into a bygone era of the old Saigon. The history of Saigon's Central Post Office dates back to the late 19th century, when Vietnam was part of French Indochina. The French started establishing a communication system by constructing the Saigon Telegraph Wire Department, which was the precursor of Saigon Central Post Office. And here I am now at the Ho Chi Minh City statue with view of the beautiful Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee building, which is a stunning example of French architecture. And that was originally called the Hôtel de Ville, and designed by the renowned French architect Paul Gardes. Now we are at the Bến Thành Market, which started out in the early 17th century as an informal wet market founded by the local street vendors. And then the neighboring Gia Din Citadel was overthrown by the French imperialists in the year of 1859. And so the market was then properly constructed and declared a formal establishment along French colonial lines, and as of today it is a well-visited tourist market. And here is one of the Highlands coffee shops, which is a Vietnamese coffee shop chain and producer and distributor of coffee products. Established in Hanoi in the year of 1999 by the Vietnamese-American guy called David Thai, and making him the first overseas Vietnamese who was able to register a private company here in Vietnam. This is the famous bánh mì store run by Madam Nguyen. A bánh mì is a short baguette with thin, crisp crust and a soft, airy texture, and is often split lengthwise and filled with meat and savory ingredients, kind of like a submarine sandwich, and then served as a meal. It was developed in the 1950s here in Saigon, as a distinctly Vietnamese style of sandwich, and became a popular street food, also known as Bánh Mì Saigon. And it is certainly something that you must try when you are here in Vietnam. Coffee is just about everywhere in Vietnam, like almost on every street corner, there's someone selling coffee, whether it's a cart or a trendy coffee shop. For the Vietnamese, coffee is not just a drink, it's a way of life. Whatever time of day, there's always a coffee shop or a whole street open and ready to serve you a glass of coffee. Now Saigon, which is considered as the pearl of the Far East, is for me one of the most dazzling city of commerce and culture in Vietnam, where I not only can indulge in exotic and healthy delicious food, but also in plenty of good coffee, drinks, and entertainment that is not yet overpriced, while being surrounded by the French colonial architecture as well as its rather sad memories of the Vietnam War, which shaped Vietnam into the country it is as of today. Good morning to a new day, and by now my scooter is ready loaded for departing into my adventure trip.
Good morning, and we are leaving Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City. also take about like 5 to 6 hours of easy driving. Let's see. Let's get out of the city first.
And here is a brief look at the map detailing my journey of today. Now to exit Ho Chi Minh City, which is also known as Saigon, is no easy task, as the city is known to be the most populous city in Vietnam. With a population of around 11 million people spread out over rivers and canals, of which the largest river is the Saigon River. As a municipality, Ho Chi Minh City consists of 16 urban districts, 5 rural districts, and 1 municipal city acting as a sub-city. It is also the largest financial center in Vietnam, contributing around a quarter of the country's total GDP. Moreover, Ho Chi Minh City's metropolitan area is ASEAN's 6th largest economy, and also the biggest outside an ASEAN country capital. The area was initially part of the Cambodian states until it became part of the Vietnamese Nguyen lords in the year of 1698, due to the Dai Viet's expansionist policy of Nam Tien. It was the capital of the Nguyen lords at the end of their existence before the Nguyen dynasty was formed. After the fall of the citadel of Saigon, it became the capital of French Cochinchina from the year of 1862 until the year of 1949. It was also the capital of French Indochina from the year of 1887 until the year of 1902, and then again from 1945 until its cessation in the year of 1954. Then after France recognized Vietnam's independence and unity, it was the capital of the state of Vietnam from 1949 until 1955. Following the partition in 1954, it became the capital of South Vietnam until it was captured by North Vietnam, who created a unified communist state in the year of 1976 and renamed the city after their former leader, Ho Chi Minh. Though the former name of Saigon is still widely used in informal usages. Then in the beginning of the 1990s, the city underwent rapid expansion and modernization, which contributed to Vietnam's post-war economic recovery and helped it to revive its international trade hub status. And so, the city of Ho Chi Minh has a long tradition of being one of the centers of economy, entertainment and education in southern Vietnam in particular, as well as in the entire country of Vietnam in general. As such, the city also has the busiest international transport hub in Vietnam, with the Tan Son Nhat International Airport accounting for nearly half of all the international arrivals to Vietnam. And then there is also the port of Saigon, which is among the busiest container ports in Southeast Asia. Furthermore, Ho Chi Minh City is also a tourist attraction. Some of the war and historic landmarks in the city include the Independence Palace, then there is the Landmark 81, which is the tallest building in Vietnam, and the War Remnants Museum, as well as the Ben Thanh Market. The city is also known for its narrow walkable alleys and bustling nightlife. Currently, Ho Chi Minh City is facing increasing threats of sea level rise and flooding as well as heavy strains on public infrastructures. So it is unsurprisingly for me that I find it extremely difficult and exhausting to navigate the many crisscrossing roads and leave the city on my scooter in an amicable manner. I am now just arriving at the Ba Chong Rock Complex, right next to the Chua Thien Chan Buddhist Monastery here in the town of Định Quán, which is featuring 3 rocks stacked on top of each other that is reaching a total height of over 36 meters, and resting precariously right next to the highway number 20, and attracting many tourists that passing by. And according to geological documents, the complex belongs to the Oceo Phu Nam cultural site that showed an archaic civilization living here on the southeast plateau, dating back to the 10th century before Christ, and that these rock formation belonging to a series of earth-moving events that happened millions of years ago. Furthermore, archaeologists have also found many production and living tools of ancient people made out of stone, bronze, gold and terracotta, which is proof that one of the first cultures of mankind was already inhabiting this area. And it is also said that after millions of years of weathering the sun and rain, as well as being submerged by the rising sea water 3 times, and witnessing hundreds of volcanic activities, the Ba Chong Rock Formation is still standing tall and creating a majestic landscape not to be missed when passing through this town. And now, after enjoying the city of Saigon, let's start with the actual adventure of exploring the Central Highlands of Vietnam, which are a series of plateaus bordering on the lower part with Laos and on the northeastern part with Cambodia. And one of them is the Con Tum Plateau, which is averaging from 750 meters until over 1,500 meters above sea level in elevation. And it belongs to the Annamese Cordillera, the principal mountain range of Southeast Asia, and the watershed between the Mekong River and the South China Sea. It extends parallel to the coast in a gentle curve generally from the northwest to the southeast, forming the boundary between Laos and Vietnam. It is a fairly continuous range for over 1,100 kilometers in length, and its rather precipitous eastern slopes leave a narrow coastal plain which is contributing to the unique beauty of the Vietnam south-central coastal line. My destination of today is Bảo Lộc, which is located in the Central Highlands of the southern parts of Vietnam. Before the French colonial era, the region was inhabited by diverse indigenous communities, and each of them had its unique customs and traditions. Then in the late 19th century they saw the arrival of the French forces, which was marking the beginning of a transformative period for Bảo Lộc. Bảo Lộc is a medium-sized city that sits on the highway number 20, and is nestled between Ho Chi Minh City and the mountain city of Dalat, and situated in the Lam Dong province, at the southern end of Vietnam's Central Highlands, benefiting from a nice cool climate with breezy fresh air, which is very suitable for their tea and coffee plantation for which the city is famous for. Bảo Lộc is one of the first hidden gems I am visiting on this adventure, as most tourists flock directly to Dalat in the Central Highlands region of Vietnam to enjoy the city's most beautiful time of the year, and they tend to completely overlook its twin sister city of Bảo Lộc, which is a forgotten paradise that's on par with Dalat in terms of beauty, but without the hustle and bustle of Dalat's over-tourism problems. Bảo Lộc is located at an elevation of around 1,000 meters above sea level on the Lang Biang Plateau in the Lam Dong province, and so it is about 500 meters lower than the city of Dalat. It is around 200 kilometers north of Ho Chi Minh City, and 120 kilometers southwest of Dalat, and so it is a perfect summer hideout that is closer to Saigon than Dalat is. Moreover, the city will welcome its visitors with its still almost untouched beauty and heavenly landscapes that are rarely seen nowadays even in Dalat, where urbanization are slowly take its toll on the city's beauty. So it seems that Bảo Loc's beauty is more for the soul rather than for the eyes, as it has no more tourist attractions than can be counted on one hand. Yes, I learned already in advance that its hillsides are not littered with flower-growing greenhouses, but boasting with vast swaths of green forest, soaked in creamy clouds that is bringing calmness to even the most adventurous souls looking for popular hiking spots and brilliant photo shot points. And so it is said that those who spend a night in Bảo Lộc often find themselves waking up in a paradise on earth, and that they rarely will regret their decision of staying in Bảo Lộc. And so, together with its forests and regional flora and fauna, the Lam Dong province is offering a very distinctive scenery with many picturesque lakes, waterfalls, hills, and pine forests. With a highly appreciated temperate climate, beautiful sights and the abundance of natural highland flowers and a lot of fresh and yummy vegetables that is making Bảo Lộc and its surrounding areas an ideal location for a trip to immerse oneself in pristine nature, without being overcrowded by tourists. And as I am now arriving at my guest house here in the city of Bảo Lộc, I will also end my video for today. Thanks a lot for watching this first season of my new Vietnam adventure, and I am looking forward to see you back in my next part, when I will explore Bảo Lộc and its surrounding areas. So don't miss it, and cheers to all of you, and I am looking forward to meeting you again in my next upcoming second episode of this exciting 9th season.